Good morning, dear students. How are you? I hope you all are doing well and ready for today's session, isn't it? So, dear students, before we start today's session, let me remind you a few important points regarding the Google Classroom. Okay, now, dear children, many of you have joined the Google Classroom using different username. That means you are there with your own name as well as with your parents' name. Please do text me today in my WhatsApp number if you have joined the Google Classroom with your parents' name as well as with your own name, so that only one account will be added to the Google Classroom. That means your own name. Okay, the account with your own name will be remain there in the Google Classroom, and your parents account will get deleted from the Google Classroom. Okay, so please do text me in my WhatsApp number if you have joined your Google Classroom with your parents' name. And those students, those who have joined the Google Classroom using your parents' name, that means you have joined only once using your parents' name, please, it's my request, do create a Google account or a Gmail account with your own name and rejoin the Google Classroom, because it's very difficult if you have joined with your parents' name, because I do not know your parents' name and it's very difficult to track your homework or the classwork. Okay, so it's my request to all of you, please today itself create a Google account with your own name and rejoin the Google Classroom. All right. Now, dear children, another important thing which I wanted to discuss is that whenever you submit your homework in Google Classroom, do not upload directly your assignments. Okay, in your mobile screen or in your laptop or desktop screen, whenever you have logged in and you have opened the Google Classroom, you will find the specific assignment with the date. Okay, in that particular assignment with the date, you have to click on it. Then you have to click on the arrow, upward pointing arrow at the bottom. Okay, it appears at the bottom of your panel. Click there and you will find the assignment. Okay, there when you will click, you will find a button called attach your assignment. There you have to attach your file. Not simply, you cannot, if you attach the file without going to the worksheet or without going to the assignment, that will not be considered as your assignment which you will submit. Okay, now let's start the session. Let's do a quick recap of what we have learned in the last class. All right, so let's
In
start
the
the session.
last class, we have learned about text formula and using a range in formula, isn't it? So, what was the text formula, dear children? Text formula is a formula which is used in order to concatenate any two given words. Alright, and we use which symbol for it? We use the ampersand symbol. Yes, then we have learned about using a range in a formula. So what is a range, dear students? A range spans a cell or a group of cells adjacent to each other on a worksheet. Isn't it? Then we have learned about cell references. What are cell references? Cell references are the address of the cell. Isn't it? Address of the cell. Now we have learned about types of cell references. How many types are there? There are three types. Number one, relative reference. Number two, absolute reference. And number three, mixed reference. Isn't it? Then we have also learned about self-reference of another worksheet. So what is the purpose of self-reference of another worksheet, dear children? It means that we can use the cell reference of one worksheet in another worksheet, and there are how many ways? There are two ways. Number one, using copy paste option. Number two, using sheet references. Alright, now dear children, today we are going to do two important topics. Number one, naming a sheet tab, and number two, changing color of a sheet tab. Alright, now dear children, what do you mean by naming a sheet tab first of all? Dear children, please remember that by default, Excel displays three sheets in a worksheet named as Sheet 1, Sheet 2 and Sheet 3. but we can add as many sheets as we require. We can assign any name to this sheet tabs. Alright, and what is the meaning of changing color of a sheet tab? Changing color of a sheet tab means that you will be able to change the color of the sheets. For example, sheet 1 you can make it as red, sheet 2 you can make it as yellow, and so on, depending upon your choices. Alright, now let us see the practical demonstration of how to name a sheet tab and how to change color of a sheet tab. Alright, so let's start.
Let us see how to rename a sheet tab. Follow the steps as shown on the screen. Alright.
First step, right click on the sheet 2 tab in the worksheet. A shortcut menu appears. Alright, then click on the rename option. The cursor will appear in the sheet 2 tab as you can see. Just type the name which you want to give. Alright, for example, let me give the sheet name as class 7. Okay, then after you have typed the name of the sheet, the next step is you just press the enter key. Alright, you note that the name of sheet 2 has been changed to class 7. Okay, I hope all of you are clear.
Now let us see how to change the color of a sheet. Follow the steps as shown on the screen. Alright.
Step number 1. Right click on the class 7 tab and select the tab color. Alright, a shortcut menu appears. Just select any color from the displayed choices and observe the change. Okay, let me select the red color. Alright, now as you can see that the tab color of class 7 has been changed to red color. Alright, see the difference, isn't it?
So dear students, I hope all of you are clear with today's objective, isn't it? Now I have uploaded the classwork in the Google Classroom as well as the homework. Please do and submit it in Google Classroom only. Your assignments will not be accepted in my WhatsApp number. So please do the needful. Okay? And with this, finally I'll end today's session by saying, dear children, enjoy your online classes. Have a great day ahead. Thank you.